Namaste. Today I'm going to read Book 11, Chapter 14 on the greatness in holding the Vibhuti in the Maha Devi Bhagavatam. Om Vakratu Namakaya Surya Koti Samam. Hariyam Tatsat. Narayana said, O Narada, whatever is given as charities to any man besmeared with the holy ashes takes away instantly all the sins of the donor. The Shrutis, Smritis, and all the Puranas declare the greatness of this bhasma. So the twice born must accept this. Whoever holds this tripundra of this holy ash at the 3 Sandhya times is freed from all his sins and goes to the region of Shiva. The yogi who takes a bath of ashes throughout his body during the 3 Sandhyas gets his yoga developed soon. By this bath of ashes, many generations are lifted up. O Narada, this ash bath is many times superior to the water bath. To take once a bath of ashes secures to one all the merits acquired by bathing in all the sacred places of pilgrimages. There is no doubt in this. By this bath of ashes, all the Mahapatakas, great heinous sins, and other minor sins as well are instantly destroyed, as heaps of wood are brought down to ashes in a moment by the fire. No bath is holier than this one. This is first mentioned by Shiva, and he took himself this bath. Since then, this bath of ashes has been taken with great care by Brahma and the other Devas and the Munis for their own good in all the virtuous actions. This bath of ashes is termed the bath of fire. So he who applies ashes on his head gets the state of Rudra, while he is in this body of 5 elements. Those who are delighted to see persons with this ashes on their bodies are respected by the Devas, Asuras, and Munis. He who honors and gets up on seeing a man besmeared with ashes is respected even by Indra, the Lord of Heavens. Even if anybody eats any uneatables, then the sin incurred thereby won't touch him. If his body be then besmeared with ashes, he who first takes a water bath and then an ash bath, be he a brahmachari or an householder or an acharite, vanaprasthi, is freed of all sins and gets in the end the highest state, especially for the yatis, ascetics. This ash bath is very necessary. This ash bath is superior to the water bath. For the bonds of nature, this pleasure and pain are cut asunder by this ash bath. The Munis know this Prakriti as moist and wet, and therefore Prakriti binds men. If anybody desires to cut asunder this bondage of the body, he will find no other remedy for this in the 3 worlds than this holy bath of ashes. In ancient days, the ashes were first offered to the Devi gladly by the Devas for their protection, their good and purification when they first saw the ashes. Therefore, anybody who takes this bath of fire gets all his sins destroyed, and he goes to Shiva Loka. He who daily uses this ashes has not to suffer from the oppression of the Rakshasas, Pisachas, Putanas, and the other Bhutas, or from disease, leprosy, the chronic enlargement of spleen, all sorts of fistulae, from 80 sorts of rheumatism, 64 kinds of bilious diseases, 22 varieties of phlegmatic diseases, and from tigers, thieves, and other vicious planetary influences. Rather, he gets the powder to suppress all these, as a lion kills easily a mad elephant. Anybody who first mixes the ashes with pure cold water and then besmears his body with that and puts on the tripundras attains soon the highest Brahma. He who holds the tripundra of ashes becomes sinless and goes to the Brahma Loka. He can even wipe off thousands. He can even wipe off the ordinances of the fate on his forehead to go to the jaws of death. If he uses according to the sastras the tripundras on his forehead. If the ashes be used on the neck, then the sin incurred through the neck is completely destroyed. If the ashes be used on the neck, then the sin incurred by the neck in eating uneatable things is entirely destroyed. If the ashes be held on the arms, and the sin incurred by the arms is destroyed. If it be held on the breast, the sin done mentally is destroyed. If it be held on the navel, the sin incurred by the generative organ is destroyed. If it be held on the anus, then the sin incurred by the anus is destroyed. If it be held on the sides, then the sin incurred in embracing others' wives is destroyed. So know fully to use ashes is highly commendable. Everywhere, 3 curved lines of ashes are to be used. Know these 3 lines as Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesa, Dakshinagni, Garha Patya fire and Aha Vaniva fire. The Sattva, Rajas and Tamas qualities, heaven, earth and Patala, neither regions. If the wise Brahmin holds properly the ashes, his Maha Patakas are destroyed. He is not involved in any sin, rather he, without any questionings, get his liberation. All the sins in the body besmeared with ashes are burned down by the ashes, which is of the nature of fire. Into ashes he is called Bhasmanista, a devotee of Bhasma, i.e. ashes, who takes a bath of ashes, who besmears his body with ashes, who uses tripundras of ashes, who sleeps in ashes. He is called also Atma Nista, a devotee of Atman, self. At the approach of such a man, the demons, pisachas, and very serious diseases run away to the distance. There's no doubt in this. In as much as these ashes reveal the knowledge of Brahma, it is called Bhasita, from Bhasma, to shine because it eats up the sins. It is called Bhasma because it increases the 8 supernatural powers, Anima, etc. It is called Bhuti because it protects the man who uses it. It is called Raksha. It is called Raksa, as the sins are all destroyed by the mere remembrance of Bhagavan Rudra. So seeing the person using the Tripundra, the demons, bad spirits and other vicious hosts of spirits fly away quickly, trembling with fear. As a fire burns a great forest by its own strength, so this bath of ashes burns the sins of those who are incessantly addicted to sins. Even if at the time of death one takes a bath of ashes, though he has committed an inordinate amount of vices, all his sins are soon destroyed. By this bath of ashes, the self is purified, the anger is destroyed, the senses are calm. The man who uses even once this bhasma comes to me, he has not to take any more births in future. On Monday, Amavasya, also on the full moon day, if one sees the Shiva Lingam with his body besmeared all over with ashes, one's sins will all be destroyed. All the sins are not seen. Hence, the Tirti is called Amavas. If people use bhasma daily, all their desires will be fructified, whether they want longevity or prosperity or mukti. The Tripundra that represents Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva is very sacred. Seeing the man with Tripundra on, the fierce Rakshasas or mischievous creatures flee to a distance. There is no doubt in this. After doing the saucha, necessary cleanliness, and other necessary things, one bathes in pure cold water and besmears his body with ash from head to foot. By taking the water bath only, the outward unclean things are destroyed. But the ash bath not only cleanses the outer external uncleanliness, but cleanses also all the internal uncleanliness. So even if one does not take the water bath, one ought to take this ash bath. There is to be no manner of doubt in this. All the religious actions performed without this ash bath seems as if no actions are done at all. This ash bath is stated in the Vedas. Its another name is the fire bath. By this ash bath, both outside and inside are purified. So a man who uses ashes gets the entire fruit of worshipping Shiva. By the water bath only, the outside dirt is removed, but by this bath of ashes, outside dearths and inside dearths both are fully removed. If this water bath be taken many times daily, still without any ash bath, one's heart is not purified. What more shall I speak of the greatness of ashes? The Vedas only appreciate its glories rightly. Yea, very rightly. O Mahadeva, O gem of all the Devas, knows the greatness of this bhasma. Those who perform rites and works prescribed by the Vedas without taking this bath of ashes do not get even a tithe of the fruits of their works done. Only that man will be entitled to the entire fruits of the Vedas who perform this bath of ashes duly. This is the opinion of the Vedas. This bath of ashes purifies more the things that are already pure. Thus the Shruti says, the wretch who does not take the bath of ashes, as aforesaid, is a great sinner. There is no doubt in this. By this bath, greater interminable merits accrue than what is obtained by innumerable baths taken by the Brahmanas on the Varuni momentous occasions. So take this bath carefully in the morning, midday and evening. This bath of ashes is ordained in the Vedas, so know those who are against this bath mentioned in the Vedas are verily fallen. After evacuating oneself of one's urine and feces, one ought to take this bath of ashes. Otherwise, men will not be purified. Even if one performs duly the water bath, and if one does not take this bath of ashes, that man will not be purified, so he cannot get any right to do any religious actions. After evacuating one's abdomen out of the outgoing air, after yawning, after holding sexual intercourses, after spitting and sneezing, and after easing oneself of film, one ought to take this bath of ashes. O Narada, thus I have described to you here the greatness of Shri Bhasma. I am again telling you more of it specially. Listen attentively. Here ends the 14th chapter of the 11th book on the greatness and holding the Vibhuti ashes in the Mahapuranam Srimad Devi Bhagavatam of 18,000 verses by Maharishi Vedvyasa. Om Jayanti Mangala Kali. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.